Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Creating Cards with Debbie. I'm a little bit late this morning. I was supposed to be on at 11 Central Time, but I had some technical problems I had to fix. So I'm hoping that I solved all of it and we don't have any problems today. Uh, so again, hello. My name is Debbie Foster, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas. And like I said, I want to welcome you here today. When you come on, leave a comment, say hello and where you're watching me from. It's fun to see where everybody is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get into our housekeeping notes and get that done with. First off, we have our paper pumpkin kit that is for April. It is called Lakeside Retreat. And let me tell you a little bit about that. You have until April 10th to sign up for this one. And it says, show your appreciation for the men in your life with cards inspired by tranquil waterside scenes. It makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes, pre-cut paper pieces and enamel pebble embellishments, stamp set tailored to male recipients. We never have enough male cards, man cards. So this is a good paper pumpkin kit this month. So it'll add to our collection a little bit. And the Stampin' Spot that comes with this is going to be one of our new in colors that's coming out next month. It is called Peaceful Pine. And this coordinates with the Waterside Retreat Suite collection, which is number 167932. If you have any questions, reach out to me and I'd be glad to answer any questions you might have about this. This is a month-to-month subscription, and you can pause at any time that you want, that you don't see that you might not like the next month's coming. So along with that, we also have the dies that go along with that are called Get the Wonderful Scenes dies while supplies last. And it's called Wonderful Scenes dies. And that's item number 168665. And the cost is $13. But you got to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber in order to add that on to yours. So you can subscribe to the this Paper Pumpkin kit and add that on with your order, and you'll have dies that go along with April, May, and June. They come out with the quarterly dies. So just a FYI. Also, we've got the product of the month for April, which is called Eyelet Blooms dies. And it says, bring soft stitch texture to any card, and then craft sweet lace-like layers in seconds. So this is our product of the month. It's a die. And when your order reaches $75, you can add that on for just $5. So that's a good thing. All right. And also, I want to let you know that you can get your starter kit, which the website's at the bottom of the screen right now. And what that is, you pay $99, free shipping, and you get to choose $125 worth of product for your starter kit. So that's a little extra. You get $26 extra that you don't have to pay for. And that can be anything that's of your choice. Okay, so you got that already. All right, we're going to get rid of that. And let me bring the Paper Pumpkin one back. I think it's in the description of my video, but just in case, there's the sign up for that. All right, and I think that's all we've got for housekeeping notes. So we can get started, being that we're already late. I'm going to be doing 3 cards today. And as you know, I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so I only use Stampin' Up! Products, or try to. And let me put you down to the other camera here. Hopefully I don't have any technical problems. All right, that looks good. Let me... All right, I need to remove this one. Get me up there. I'm going to take that scroll off of there too for the starter kit, or this Paper Pumpkin. All right, and I don't know why my name is so big. Let me go back in and see what's going on with that. Mhm. Well, okay, we've got new banners here, so I guess that's why it's so large. I want to make it smaller. Minimal. Hmm. Well, I don't know what I'm doing here. They have changed it on me. Hmm. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to just leave it there. I don't know. Hmm. Well, I guess we'll have to let it be. It's kind of blocking my view here. I need to make that smaller. I don't know. It ain't one thing, it's another here. Um, I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and get started here. All right, here's our first card. It's so glad we're friends. And then on the inside, I'm always here for you, always. And let me get my bits and pieces out here. All right. I'm starting out with our card base. It's going to be our pretty peacock. And that's just our standard card size, which is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. Then it's scored at 4 1/4 inches. So we're going to burnish that fold line. And we're going to have it going landscape orientation. And we've got two basic weight that measure 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And one will go on the inside, and we're going to use the one on the outside. So we'll put the card aside. And we need to bring our paper trimmer over here. And we're going to do some scoring. I'm going to score this layer at 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch all around it. So let me do that. 1/4 inch. Make sure you don't have the cutting one. You want the scoring blade. Here's 1/4 inch. 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to turn it. We'll do the same thing on all four sides. 1/4 inch. 1/2 inch. Turn it again. Do the 1/4 inch. And the 1/2 inch. I didn't show the stamp set that I'm using. I'll do that as soon as I finish this. See, when your schedule gets all out of... All right, we're having problems. Bear with me. Okay. Hopefully I caught that right away. Okay, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. I thought I had it fixed. I guess probably I didn't. I don't know. Okay, so that's all 4 sides at 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch. So I don't know if you can see the grooves in there. Yeah. And we're going to take that. We're going to grab our stamp. And today we're using the Cutest Crew stamp set. And we're using the little birds right here. And so glad we're friends for the sentiment. And also I'm using the little feet here for the birds. All right, so grab our, oh, I didn't even grab that one. Did I? Yeah, I've got it. I'm gonna grab all of our stamps over here and we'll get busy. And I'm gonna use just my black memento ink to stamp our image. And we'll start out with the birds, 3 little birds. I'm going to stamp that in the center. And underneath that, we're going to stamp the sentiment that says, "So glad we're friends." Center that. I actually got it pretty straight. And then we're going to bring our blends in over here. And we're going to use the light peach pie for their beaks. And pretty peacock. These are for the next card. I don't need those. Pretty peacock. Pretty in pink. And petunia pop. These are retiring colors here. Pretty in pink and petunia pop. And then there's 3 other colors that are retiring. So if you're in need of ink refills or paper, everything that has these in colors in is going to be going away starting May 8th. No, May 5th. Get my dates right here. All right, now we're going to go ahead and color these guys. I'm going to start out with the beaks first, get them done. All right, and then we want pretty in pink. Going to be our first bird. And I'm going to start with the light. This is pretty easy coloring, so it shouldn't take too long. And then I'm going to do his wing with the dark pretty in pink. Just to give it a little more shading. All right, and then we have our pretty peacock. I'm going to do the light on the middle bird. And then I'll come back in and get his wing with the dark and his tail feathers. And I'm also going to do the grass with the pretty in pink, or pretty peacock. And his tail feathers. And his little wing right there with the dark pretty peacock. And now we're going to bring in our petunia pop. And I'm going to start with a light one. Color our third bird. Hope everybody's had a good week. We have. Can't complain, I guess. And then the dark petunia pop. Color a little darker on his wing. All right, that's pretty much all we're going to do at the front of the card so far. And we're going to attach that to the front of our card. That's my inside layer. Well, that's showing my email on there. I just noticed that. All right, that's why it was so big. Okay. Now you can see me better. I'm just adding a little glue to the back of this stamped image layer. Oops, make sure you put it right side up. I almost put it upside down. And we're going to place that centered on our card front. That's why I like the liquid glue. It's got time to wiggle it around if you need to straighten it up at all. That looks pretty good. Okay. And I'm going to work on the inside layer. Like I said, it's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Looks like the sun went down or something. And I'm going to put I'm Here For You, and that comes from Prayers and Promises. Let me grab that. Yes, Prayers and Promises. And I'm using I'm Here For You and the Always stamp out of that. So we'll start with I'm Here For You, Black Memento ink. And I'm going to put that upper left side. I'm Here For You, Always. All right, and then we want to put some bird footprints. Okay, he's out for a walk, it looks like. I'll put that inside of our card. My husband's having problems with this mower out there. Okay, and inside of our card. But we're not done. We're going to be using some gems, the faceted snowflakes. These are on the last chance list, and they're marked down to $9. They were 10. And I'm going to use the green ones. And take your pick tool out here. Grab those off. And I'm going to put one big one here, a small one above that at an angle, and another big one down at the bottom right side. Okay, so there's card number 1, and you can see the the score lines that I made. So glad we're friends. And on the inside, I'm here for you always. And look at those little bird tracks going up the side of that. All right, and let me get with the next one and put my sheet notes over there. All right. Lost my camera again. right, we're back. This is being a normal thing on here. This is the third week of having this problem. All right, back with the program here. Our next card is going to be a little fun fold. I need to move these out of my way. Okay. All right. It's on delay there. It's not moving. Oh, goodness, I'm frozen. Let me refresh it. No, I didn't want that one. Okay, I think I've got it back. Okay, we're back. And why is my screen so small? I think my camera moved on me. Well, people are going to get tired of watching me if I can't get this to straighten out. Well, I don't know what's going on now. I've got a small screen. All righty. I'm not going to sweat the small stuff. It's our second card. It's a fun fold. It says thinking of you, and then it opens like this. And my camera froze again. Okay, like I said, it opens like this. And on the inside, it says, keeping you in my thoughts, holding you in my heart, remembering you in my prayers. So I am using the prayers and promises for the inside sentiment. And the other stamp set that we're using is Simply Beautiful. I'm being distracted again here. Simply Beautiful. Okay, 3 stamp sets today. We're using Prayers and Promises, The Lasting Linen, and also Simply Beautiful. So we're going to put those aside. Keeps popping off on me. All right, thinking of you. And then on the inside, you can kind of see it's a little fun fold. And we're going to start out with our card base, which is our Secret C. And this measures 5.5 inches. 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and I scored it at 4 1/4 inches, and again at 2 1/8 inches. So I'm going to burnish those fold lines. Trying to keep an eye on my monitor here so I can catch it if it goes off again. The stream service that I use, they told me to clear my cookies and cache. I did that. That hasn't helped any. So I don't know. And DSP we're using comes from the Beautiful Gallery. And I've used quite a few of them up already. But I'm using this design. It measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. That's going to go onto our inside panel. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. Get that evened up. So that's the inside. And now we're going to I have a basic white that's going to go on here. That comes from the Lazy Daisy embossing folder. It was gone for a while, but it came back again. So it's back in stock again. And we're going to glue that. This measured 2 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and then I embossed it. So let's go ahead and attach that. These are pretty. I love those daisies. Lazy Daisy. It's got a fun name to it too. And we'll put that on this flap here at 2 1/8 inch. And I want to get them kind of evened up with our back panel there. So it open and closes. You could put another panel in there if you wanted to, but it's not going to show anyway, so I didn't. And next we have our Secret C mat that measures 3 1/4 inches by 4 3/8 inches, and then a basic weight that measures 3 1/8 by 4 1/4 inches. And I'm going to set that aside because I'm going to do some stamping using our lasting linen. I'm going to use my new stamping tool here, which this is going to be available for customers with our new catalog coming out May 5th. So you'll be able to purchase it. And I'm just going to set this down in here. Make sure it's all covered. And it is. And I'm going to use Cloud Cover ink to stamp that with. And I need my stays on out here too. So I might as well bring that out. All right, Cloud Cover for our lasting linen. Put that all up here. Really need to do the whole thing. I just need to go do the center so I can stamp my basic white with that. And turn this around. You got these pegs across the top, and then you got 2 on the sides that match up with our plate, and it just pops in there. And then I'm going to stamp this, and I'm going to put some pressure on it. Kind of like a spring action, which I like. Okay. Yeah, we're done with that. We can set that aside. Okay, that's our cloud cover. I'm going to bring that layer back over here, and I'm going to attach these two together. Well, if I get some glue to come out, we will. camera's still going yet. Good. Wish I could figure out what the problem is with my camera shutting off on me all the time. I don't know. Maybe it's my webcam doing it. Maybe I need to switch back to the old one and see if it does better. Okay, so here these are glued together. And got 2 sheets here. Let me stamp the flower on this one using my black memento. And I'm going to place that onto our scrap of basic white here. And then we're going to close up our stamp pad. And I'm going to set this aside for a moment. I'm going to bring over some vellum. And I'm going to stamp the thinking of you. Being I'm stamping on vellum, I'm going to use my Stays On ink. And my camera froze again. Oh my, oh my. All right, I'm back. Getting one thing, it's another here. All right, like I said, I'm going to be using our black Stays On ink. Because I'm going to be stamping on vellum and I don't want it to smear. So this is what we use for that. And I'm going to fussy cut this out, so I'm going to put it right up against the edge of that vellum paper. And I'll make sure I put the cover back on my Stays On. Okay, that's a good impression. And I'm going to bring my Stampin' Scrub over here. And I think I'm going to give that another squirt. Well, I'm using the wrong one. I'm going to use, not using that. I've got our Stays On cleaner, and I'm just going to rub it onto my stamp to clean it up, otherwise it'll stain. If you don't mind that, you don't have to do this step, but I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. I have got something weird going on with my camera. What is going on? I don't know what is that? Something red. Camera. Okay, that one looks good. There we are. Okay, and I've got an inky rag here. I'm going to clean this all off. It's not showing, it's frozen. Thinking about just stopping and let it be. All right. All right, so we're going to color our flower. I'm going to use cloud cover for the flower. And let me use the brush side to be faster. Starting with a light cloud cover. Trying to color and watch my camera at the same time here. Multitasking. This is a light cloud cover. And then I'll come back in with the dark afterwards. And it is frozen again. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I'm about ready to stop this video and just show what I've done already. I would like to finish the second card here anyway. I think my cloud cover stamping blend is running out here. I have to add another one to my order next time. Trying to hurry here, and I'm going outside the lines. All right. I don't really want to do another refresh. Great. My camera's frozen. Okay. I think it's back to running again. All right, now I'm going to take the dark cloud cover and I'm going to do some highlighting here, shading. All right, we're going to back that out. Bring our little machine over here and we're frozen again. All right. What in the world? I am just going to end this video. I'll load this up to YouTube and we'll call it quits for today. Let me tell you, I'm going to, that's frozen, it's not even showing. Okay, I'm going to die cut the flower and we're frozen. So I'm going to die cut the flower. I'll place that onto our mat and we'll attach that to our card front. Goodness, I don't know. I'm frozen. My camera's frozen. I'm going to quit for today. I'm sorry. Bye.